Daniel Ehrenberg's the name. You know the game. The franchise is the place. You got the time, listen to this, you'll bust a rhyme.
If the food doesn't kill you, the service will.
Alright, bitches, we're back, you fucking bitch.
He likes that word a lot. Yeah.
Who's this bitch?
Right.
Henry?
A lot of bitch. Yes, welcome to episode 123 of your favorite show and mine, the franchise.
Stop talking, you sound like such a bitch.
And the bitch to my left, or north, actually, is Daniel Ehrenberg.
It's just me, guys. I'm not Freddy Krueger after all.
Not yet. Not till you fall asleep tonight.
Now, of course, I was referring to the classic Freddy Krueger rap in the great Fat Boy song, Are You Ready for Freddy? Probably, I listened to it so many times last October, Henry, that it was, Spotify at the end of the year, they give you a playlist that's like, the songs you liked the most this year.
Right.
And that song was on my playlist.
And I'm going to be an ignoramus right now. I've been waiting for this Fat Boys thing.
Henry! Shame on you! You stick through the credits of these movies!
Oh, didn't know that's when it was coming.
Oh! Well, you have to watch the video, please.
I will.
Okay.
For next week, I will YouTube that shit.
Okay, yeah. Of course, Freddy raps with the Fat Boys.
In 4?
It's during the closing credits of number 4. Yes.
Okay. Didn't know. You should have told me that, man.
Well, I teased it on the episode.
Yes, and I actually literally thought, you want to know what I literally thought when you said that? I thought that there was some sort of, because these movies are so ridiculous and hammy, I thought there was going to be a sequence in the movie with fucking Freddy Krueger and the Fat Boys.
Well, I mean, I can understand that. There is a sequence where Dick Cavett turns into Freddy Krueger and murders Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Right. So I completely thought when you said that last week, I was like, oh, I wonder when that's coming, what movie that's going to be in.
Yeah.
And,
we're past it, man.
All right, I'll watch it.
Yeah. You know what I got to watch? I'm planning on watching for next week because I know between 4 and 5, there was the short-lived anthology, Freddy's Nightmares on television, where Freddy Krueger was the crypt keeper. You know?
Okay.
I was thinking maybe watching an episode or 2 of that because I've never seen it before.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah. I want to be prepared. I want to be a completist for the show.
Right. Obviously.
Yes. Yeah. Henry, we're talking Nightmare on Elm Street still. Henry watched the first 2 movies last week for the very first time ever. Did not care for either one of them. And we're back here for 2 more. And I'm excited about it. So this week we're covering A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. Dream Warriors! Dream Warriors! No one survives! Dream Warriors! How about that?
Well, Dokken has always been one of my favorite bands.
Thank you very much. It's Dokken.
I prefer the Dokken.
The mispronunciation? Sure.
Yeah. Even though they're American.
They're Dokken.
Dokken. Anything with a double K in it is just got to be badass.
Pretty badass, man. Have you ever gone Dokken, Henry? Know what I'm saying?
I believe you're referring to a sexual term.
Yeah. When 2 dudes stack their dicks atop each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Can't say that I have.
No. Never?
No.
Yeah.
How about you?
Docking is my favorite drinking game, actually.
As usual, folks, I was drinking a seltzer when he said that line.
Well, I like seltzer. I liked seltzer. I really liked seltzer, and I still like seltzer. All right?
Yeah.
Okay. Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
He is pumped, guys. He's got that Freddy adrenaline needle rush going on.
Ooh, baby! I'm made of sweaters and hats today.
What a rush.
Yeah. It's prime time, bitch! Alright.
Oh,
A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. You want to talk about it?
If we must, sure. Yeah.
I don't like what I'm hearing from you.
No. I'm setting you up.
Okay. Now, this
Patty Arquette.
Yeah, she's in it. Patricia Arquette. From Medium. You know?
I love those pulls. Yeah, for me, always be True Romance.
Boy, you'll forget how hot Patricia Arquette was.
No, I won't.
I will. Watching this movie, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, well, because I always have her pictured in my head as in True Romance and Lost Highway.
See, yeah, and she's great in both of those movies, and she looks great. But I guess in my head, like, now to me, she's more like Boyhood.
Right. I mean, well, now to me, that's interesting. Now to me, she's more Boardwalk Empire.
She was in that?
Yes.
When?
Oh, I believe 2 or 3 full seasons. She played like a speakeasy runner, like a...
Patricia Arquette?
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say you're wrong.
Okay. Yeah. You do that while you look it up.
I am looking it up right now. She was never on Boardwalk Empire. I watched every episode of Boardwalk Empire.
You're wrong.
All right, she was in 10 episodes. All right, the last 2 seasons, Thanks. And I must admit, the last 2 seasons, I binged in like 2 days drunk.
Aha.
All right. That might have passed me by. I know the first 3 seasons a lot better.
Okay.
Yeah, what about CSI Cyber? You ever see that?
You know I did.
How about that CSI spinoff? They're only dealing with cyber crimes.
So that's what she was doing too, huh?
She was doing that like during Boyhood. Well, I mean, she was doing a lot during the making of that fucking movie, but she was doing when that movie came out. That's what she was in. She was she won an Oscar, and then like the next day went back to filming CSI Cyber.
Oh, all right. I saw Patricia Arquette in Paid to see this in theaters and did regret it.
I'm ready to hear it.
Stigmata.
I saw that in theaters.
Yeah.
Stigmata.
Terrible.
With Gabriel Byrne.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Before the Byrne-a-thons. And, right. But that was during a good period for Gabriel Byrne. He was making a lot of... supernatural thrillers.
Right. Wasn't he in End of Days?
He was the devil himself, my friend.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Who's a better devil? Gabriel Byrne or Al Pacino in Devil's Advocate?
Ooh. Oh, I gotta put my... I mean, really, Devil's Advocate is a better movie, but Gabriel Byrne would be a better devil.
Interesting.
I'm not a big fan of Devil's Advocate, but... Gabriel Byrne, man, he could pull that shit off.
Sure.
I can quote Gabriel Byrne in another movie saying a devil that the devil would say.
Henry, have you ever pulled that shit off?
No, but I'm going to.
Okay. To Patricia Arquette?
No, you're going to name the movie, though.
What?
It's a movie you like. It's a movie you like. All right, here's the quote. When I've raised hell, sister, you'll know it.
Now, was that a Gabriel Byrne quote?
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's The Brothers McMullen.
What movie did you say?
The Brothers McMullen.
You're cutting out.
I fucking hate you. The fucking Ed Burns movie, The Brothers McMullen. It was a funny joke once.
Yeah, but, you cut out. So it was Miller's Crossing.
All right, fine. Can we talk about this fucking movie now? I'm mad.
Sure, we might have to resort to our video chat. This continues. I don't know.
All right. Oh, that's right. I forgot we did video chat last week.
We have a backup.
Yeah, that's our backup now. Henry and Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. We have a new director, of course.
Yeah, tell me about this fella.
His name is Chuck Russell. All right?
Mm.
And, he had a pretty big career for a while there.
Did he? I'm looking at him, yeah. Yeah.
All right, so
you're right. Yeah.
Okay, so Chuck Russell, this is his first movie he ever made, A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, okay? I don't know how he got this job. I think maybe he worked. Oh, no, he wrote Dreamscape. That was the thing, which is another dreamy horror movie.
Right.
Are you saying right, or can you not hear me?
You said Dreamscape, which is another dreamy movie. Yes.
And he wrote that.
Right, I see that, yeah.
Okay. So after Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, he directed the remake of The Blob, which a lot of people like.
I recall liking it.
It's a good movie. I remember renting that and Alien 3 on the same day as a kid.
Interesting.
Yeah. Then he directed The Mask.
Big hit.
Huge hit. Somebody stop me. Am I right? Hey, Henry.
Yeah.
Smoking.
Yeah, I am right now.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right, so he follows that up with the Arnold Schwarzenegger classic, Eraser. Now, Eraser was a little bit like near the end of days for Arnold.
Yeah, it's true.
That's a good joke.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty good movie. I think it's underrated.
I saw it one time, I think, like 20 years ago. I don't remember it at all.
There's some pretty sweet action in there. It should be called The Eraser.
Why?
Because then you know that he's the Eraser. He erases guys. With the name just Eraser, it sounds like a fucking pencil.
Right. You think you're going to get Arnold signing off government documents, which he then later did in life.
That's true. So he followed that up with Bless the Child, which... Is
that Kim Basinger?
That is Kim Basinger. And that's a real bad movie.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. But then he made The Scorpion King.
Never saw it.
Okay, but that's a hit. And so I don't understand why his next directing credit doesn't come for another 14 years.
Maybe he had some personal issues to deal with. I don't know.
I don't know, man. What's going on there?
I don't know. And I'm looking at I Am Wrath.
I Am Wrath is his latest movie. It's got John Travolta with a big wig on there. And, I mean, what is this fucking movie?
I don't know. We got our Rebecca De Mornay.
A man is out for justice after a group of corrupt police officers are unable to catch his wife's killer. So that's like the plot of all movies.
It's true.
Right?
Yeah, I Am Wrath. Oh, boy.
He's Wrath. And we're talking about John Travolta. John Travolta is Wrath.
That's hard to believe. Yeah.
So he's running around with a gun in this movie. I don't know what the fuck it is. What happened to this guy's career? He directed The Mask.
Yeah, you're right. It's almost like The Mask alone should have propelled him into heights of astronomical proportions.
You think Jim Carrey got this guy blacklisted or something? Because Jim Carrey likes working with directors over and over again ad nauseum. And I don't see him working with this guy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe you're right.
Chuck Russell can't get any episodic directing work on I'm Dying Up Here or Kidding. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Jim Carrey was like, I've worked with you, and alrighty then, you're finished.
I liked it. It's from the wrong Jim Carrey movie, but
yeah, I didn't intend. I don't.
You don't know a third quote from The Mask?
No, man. It's been a long time. I have a Jim Carrey thing where I conflate almost all his comedies, but especially Ventura and The Mask in terms of quotes.
Okay.
I never know what's from what.
I'm going to name a Jim Carrey quote. You tell me the movie.
Okay.
Okay, ready for this one?
Yep.
Do not go in there. Woo!
Don't know.
You come on, guess.
Ace Ventura.
That's right. All right, you got that one.
Yeah, bathroom jokes.
Sure. How about this one? Here comes the claw.
All right, that's got to be Liar Liar.
That's right! You're nailing this, Henry.
All right.
How about this one? Here's one more. My name is Cuban Pete. I'm the king of the samba beat. Chick chicky boom, chick chicky boom, chick chicky boom.
Gotta be The Mask.
That's exactly right. Henry, you don't conflate these as much as you think you do.
3 for 3.
Yeah. How about this one? Guano.
That is Ace Ventura, the second one?
That's right.
Wow. All right. Look
Henry,
at me.
you went 4 for 4 on Jim Carrey quotes, and I'm very proud of you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors. So Chuck Russell directs this baby, and all right. Basically, they want to make a third Nightmare movie. They went to Wes Craven. They were like, hey, could you make a third Nightmare movie?
Right.
Because the second one was a hit. And he says, fine, but I want to make it the last Nightmare movie. I want to wrap it up. So this was a situation like we talked about with Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter, where remember Tom Savini came back to do the makeup for Jason and shit because he wanted to kill his creation.
Which number was that?
Part 4. I said it, but are you having trouble hearing me?
Yes.
Let's do video.
All right.
All right, we're video chatting, gang. We're a little mad at each other, but we'll get back to normal. And Henry's got his silly hat on again, and he's smoking, and we have the same headphones.
What's that T-shirt you got on?
It's a Pavement T-shirt. You're not going to find something to make fun of. They're an amazing band.
I'm not making fun of it. I like Pavement. You know that.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so, like I was saying... Friday the 13th, Part 4, the final chapter, Tom Savini comes back to the franchise to try and end this thing. And that's what Wes Craven does here.
Yeah.
Okay, so he comes back, he writes the script with a fella named Bruce Wagner, who he's friends with.
Okay.
This guy I don't know a lot about. I'm going to look him up real quick. Bruce Wagner, he's a bald fellow. This was his first credited screenplay, I believe, and he worked around Hollywood in a lot of shit I have no interest in for a very long time, and weirdly has a writing credit on one of the Terrence Malick movies that I skipped.
Oh, which one? I'm looking at it.
Well, you know how Terrence Malick went 40 years without making a movie, and now he makes 30 movies a year?
Yeah.
So he made one called Maps to the Stars, which I assume was just shots with no dialogue of people walking around Hollywood in slow motion.
Wait a second. Maps to the Stars? That's David Cronenberg.
Oh, that's a David Cronenberg movie I skipped?
Yeah, you were thinking of that Christian Bale one where he's wandering around Hollywood the whole time.
Night of Cups, you're right. And I saw that one, actually.
So did I. Yeah.
So which Malick did I skip?
The Ben Affleck one.
No, I saw that. I don't know.
To the Wonder. Yeah.
To the Wonder. No, so yeah, he wrote this Cronenberg movie. I haven't seen it. Oh, you know why I didn't see it? Because he keeps working with Robert Pattinson. I can't sit through Robert Pattinson movies anymore.
Right. We've established that one.
Yeah. Every so often, Robert Pattinson is a movie that critics cream themselves over, and I think he's fucking horrible.
Yes. Dan, not a fan. I'm indifferent.
Yeah. Okay, so they wrote the script to wrap up the character. Apparently, the first draft of the script was basically what New Nightmare became. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I read that they were thinking about it being a meta thing.
Yeah, they wanted to make this meta movie where, Freddy is a character in Nightmare on Elm Street movies, then he comes to life and he, kills the cast on, the set of the movie.
Do you think that we just weren't there in the culture yet, and maybe Craven was a little ahead of his time?
I do, and I also think maybe Craven didn't have the clout yet to get that made or something. By the time he made New Nightmare, he was horror master Wes Craven. Right. I think the official title of that movie is Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah.
So they got rewritten. In the studio, in their infinite wisdom, first they got a chance to rewrite the script, and they wrote, the basic Dream Warriors plot. But then they got rewritten by the writing team, the immortal writing team of Chuck Russell, the director of The Mask, and Frank Darabont.
The great Frank Darabont.
Sure. Frank Darabont, he hadn't directed anything yet, right?
No, I think you're right. I don't think he had. Yeah.
Because there's Buried Alive, and then Rita Hayworth in The Shawshank Redemption, and then what's he done?
I love the full title on the movie, even though it's not.
I like to give the full title of the novella.
Yeah, right.
Then there's Green Mile, The Majestic. That's a Jim Carrey movie.
Yeah, it is. Not a good one.
Yeah. That movie, I could give you a Jim Carrey quote from that movie.
Really?
Sure.
Okay.
Somebody stop me!
I think he was talking to his agent during the filming.
Oh, good one. No, that was like Jim Carrey's whole thing. Remember at the time he thought he was Jimmy Stewart?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, that started with the Truman Show.
Yes.
He made the Tom Hanks transformation from when Tom Hanks made Philadelphia onwards. He was a serious actor.
I know. I love that he did that because, Tom Hanks, he was in comedies early in his career, but it's not like in Splash he was, farting. It's not like
That's a really good point.
It's not like in Big he bent over and talked out of his butthole.
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody saw something in Jim Carrey that was like, this guy can do heavy dramatic work. There's no doubt.
Sure.
Yeah.
It was Peter Weir.
Yeah.
Peter Weir gave him a shot. And, okay, so Darabont, of course, he went on to better things. The Mist, I think, is his best movie. But,
I love The Shawshank. I like The Green Mile. The Mist is a masterpiece. And then what do we got? We don't have much after that. We got Walking Dead, producing and stuff.
Yeah, but he only worked on the first, 2 seasons or something.
Yeah, and then they got kicked out essentially.
Yeah, he got fired because apparently they were over budget and behind schedule, and and fair enough.
Yeah, it's television.
Yeah, you got to make the show.
They might not have known at the time they were going to do 33,000 episodes. So,
are you watching the new season?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that bad, the premiere.
I didn't either. Oh, I thought you were done, man.
No, I'm still watching.
What are we doing? I had someone ask me this recently. I thought you quit that.
I'll watch this shit to the bitter end, Hank.
No, me too. But they were asking me, and I said, no, it's the only show that I have stuck with since its inception. Because, I dumped Game of Thrones after quite a while. I don't know what it is about The Walking Dead. It is so inconsistent, but I'm sticking with it.
It's consistent.
Consistently
it's
bad.
Always boring.
Yeah, but we're still watching it.
I know. It's so zeitgeisty, and I read the comic, and, I don't know. I do stick with it.
We're invested.
Yeah, we're invested. All right, Henry. This movie comes out Feb 27, 1987, okay?
Weird release
date, February, and over a year after the previous one.
Yeah, it's true. We've got a longer gap.
Yeah, they took their time with this baby. Budget of $5 million. And a box office of $44.8 million, which accounts for the studio saying, hey, remember when we were going to make this the last one? Let's not do that.
Oh. Why do you say that? What do you mean?
It's a fucking huge hit. They made a lot of money.
Oh, that's all you mean. Yeah. I was going to say. Yeah. I thought you meant the budget or something was bigger or something.
Well, it is the kind of series you can keep the budget down, and they're just minting money here.
Right.
Yeah, so why stop making them?
Yeah.
You can get Robert Englund to do any dumb shit. Robert Englund will not turn you down for anything, Henry.
Really?
I think so. I think you're like, hey, Robert Englund, can you dress up as a nurse in this movie? He's like, all right.
Oh
hey,
God.
Robert Englund, can you rap with the Fat Boys? Yeah, absolutely.
Wonder if he'll do our show if we just send
Robert Englund. Honestly, I wouldn't put it past him. Maybe we should invite him on. Let's have him on as a guest for the episode about the Jackie Earl Haley Nightmare on Elm Street.
Do it. We'll try to find him. We'll try to find him out there wherever he is in Cornhusker.
Out there in Dreamland.
And one of us, when we dream tonight, let's try to contact Robert Englund and get him on the show.
We could pull him into our dreams the way Patricia Arquette does. Do you have that power? What's your dream power, Henry?
Oh, wow.
Because these are the Dream Warriors in part 3, and they all have a dream power.
Right. My dream power is not getting to where I need to get on time. Yeah.
Ooh, you fail at that, huh?
In my dreams, it's a thing with me. Yeah,
sure.
I can never make it to something I'm supposed to be at on time.
I hear you.
What about yours?
I'm always like running from nuclear explosions. That's what I dream about.
From nuclear explosions?
Yeah, I have like disaster movie dreams. My dreams are all like Roland Emmerich movies.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah. I also sometimes am like in a town infested by a new strain of bug.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus. I mean, I have nightmares too, but they're not usually involving such elaborate plot elements.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like in my old high school and it's infested by bugs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you ever in our old apartment and it's infested by bugs? Because that was real.
That's more accurate, but that's right, we had fleas.
And roaches.
Not that many.
Well,
you get the occasional roach by the sink.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
All right. It's New York, of course.
Yeah, it's true.
Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors came in at number 24 for the 1987 box office, Henry. Okay. And it made slightly less money than Full Metal Jacket.
All right,
and slightly more money than The Last Emperor.
Gee, okay, all right. Well, I thought that would have made more money, but all right.
Well, this was a hit.
Yeah.
All right, so Henry, you got your 1987 top 10 list?
I do. I got some honorable mentions I want to just ramble off, all right?
Sure, ramble away.
Some of these were taken off. One of them was taken off my top 10. All right. Barfly, The Big Easy, Hollywood Shuffle, Less Than Zero, RoboCop, Ironweed, The Running Man, Near Dark, and Roxanne.
Boy, I'll tell you what. I mean, Near Dark and RoboCop should be on your list, and the rest of those honorable mentions are just the dregs of the 80s.
Hollywood Shuffle?
What the fuck even is Hollywood Shuffle?
Dude, that's Robert Townsend.
I've never heard of that movie.
Yes, you have.
Is that movie where Robert Townsend, he's like dancing with Gregory Hines? Did I make that up?
I think you are this time. You might be conflating black actors.
I gotta tell you, one thing about this Hollywood Shuffle that I'm into, I just looked it up.
Yeah.
An hour and 18 minutes.
Very short.
Holy shit. That's barely a movie.
Yeah, and you know Less Than Zero. It's Bret Easton Ellis thing.
Yeah, I know. The movie's not very good.
I like it.
Weirdly co-written by Keenan Ivory Wayans.
Of course.
And an uncredited Dom Herrera.
Right. No, RoboCop and Near Dark were on my list.
What percentage of what I'm saying today are you hearing?
What's that? What percentage of what I'm saying are you hearing?
Yeah.
All of it. I don't know why. We're having a video delay. I can hear you, though.
Okay, good. Okay. All right, Henry. Hollywood Shuffle. All right, what do you got? What's your number 10?
House of Games making its list debut.
Right. Okay. I have here Evil Dead 2 at number 10.
Oh, boy. All right. I have number 9, Angel Heart.
I have House of Games at number 9.
Number 8, I have Lethal Weapon.
Right. Great Christmas movie. My number 8 is Wall Street.
Ooh, all right. Always happy to see that on there. My number 7 is Fatal Attraction.
Yep, number 7 is Predator.
That's my number 6.
My number 6 is Radio Days.
Okay.
I know, you All right.
These are the grand slams, the slap shots, the three-pointers, the touchdowns, the curling when the puck gets close to the circle. These are the heavy hitters of the franchise. Heavy hitters.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah, I know. You love that movie.
I do, but I changed up my top 5.
Okay. So. My number 5 is RoboCop.
My number 4 is Raising Arizona.
My number 4 is River's Edge.
My number 3 is The Untouchables.
Yeah, that used to be lower on your list, but...
No, it was higher. It was number 2.
Really?
Uh-huh.
All right. My number 3 is Raising Arizona.
My number 2 is Wall Street.
My number 2 is Full Metal Jacket.
And that is my number 1 movie still.
I know. We just did this list. It was my number 1's Near Dark. Remember? I made that change. Right. I was very excited about it.
I think it's a great pick.
Thank you. Let's talk about A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors, shall we?
Yeah.
So we open with an Edgar Allan Poe quote, okay?
I dug that.
Did you?
I did. I thought it was cool.
I like that these movies are getting a little up their own asses. Like, I love when movies like think they're important enough to start with a fucking quote. Like sometimes it's like laughable. Like you'll be tuning into like the Entourage movie or something. It'll start with like a fucking Wordsworth quote or some shit.
But you gotta see from my perspective, as a Nightmare virgin, I'm coming at this thinking, okay, I've been hearing a lot of hype about 3, so I'm getting re-energized going into it, thinking, I'm in for like possibly the best one. So you want to open with one of my favorite writers of all time? That's cool with me. Let's go.
Sure.
And we went.
I'm not liking what I'm hearing from you.
You'll be surprised.
Well, let's find out. All right, so we quote Edgar Allan Poe, and then there's Patricia Arquette. She's wandering around. She's sleeping. We're seeing her dream, and she goes into the boiler room, and Freddy's around.
Sounds familiar.
Sure. She's holding a doll, and then she's stuck in. She's like got like pudding. There's like a quicksand pudding.
Right, very strange.
Yeah. And then she like wakes up in her bathroom, and Freddy Krueger is the sink.
Right. Oh, right. Yeah. She turns the faucet handles. Right.
This is really the beginning of this, where like Freddy Krueger becomes appliances, kind of. That's a thing that happens in these movies.
It's a phobia in real life.
Where Freddy Krueger becomes appliances?
I don't think that specifically, but I think people who are afraid of appliances, sure.
They're afraid Freddy's going to come up through the toilet while you're sitting on it?
That's probably where it originated, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fear of appliances. Google it, folks. Yeah.
Sure.
You think I'm kidding, but I'm not. That's a real phobia.
All right, that's a weird phobia, man. But there's weird phobias for everything. That's why when you're a kid, people always think it's fun. Like, look at this list of the names of different phobias.
That's right.
Yeah. That's the kind of thing like adults think you're going to pass your time when you're a kid.
Here, Johnny, look at this list of phobias.
Yeah, can you believe people are afraid of the number 3?
You're a sissy, Johnny, if any of these are you.
Yeah, Johnny. All right. So she gets slashed in the wrist, but it's Freddy that did it.
That's correct.
But her mom walks in on her, and I love the mom too. This movie has.
You were going to say that.
This movie has such a great streak of bad moms. It's like. So the mom is like there on a date, right? Like she's just home from a date, and she's like the dude. You hear him call up from downstairs, like, "Hey, where are the wine glasses?" or some shit.
No, it's better than that.
What is it?
He's like, "Where's the bourbon?"
Oh, that's right, the bourbon. Mm-hmm.
He's getting right to it.
Let's have a nightcap, honey. Just, sure, you can go say goodnight to your daughter, but I'll be down here with the bourbon.
Oh, and she's quite eager to get back downstairs.
She's pumped to get downstairs, yeah. She can't believe she has to deal with this suicidal bitch. All right. So she takes Arquette over there to... Is Patricia Arquette the best Arquette, would you say? Rank the Arquettes.
Ooh. Rank the Arquettes?
Yeah.
All right.
Number one.
My favorite?
Yeah, I'll rank them with you. Well, who's number one?
Number one has got to be Rosanna.
That's crazy. I'm going Patricia number one. Who's number two?
Patricia.
I'm going to go with Louis.
Don't know who that is.
The dad.
Okay, don't know him.
Okay, who's number three?
Well, I only know three, so it would have to be David.
I'll go David as well. And number four, Rosanna. What's Rosanna Arquette done that's impressed you so much?
Well, you know what it is? I was thinking less along the lines of my favorite and more along the lines of like two movies of hers popped right into my head where she's amazing, and that they are After Hours and Pulp Fiction.
I forgot she's in Pulp Fiction. Who's the Arquette that is singing Boy George in The Wedding Singer?
Oh, wow. I don't remember The Wedding Singer that well, but that would have to be a Roseanne Arquette, right? That's not... Patricia wouldn't do that. Because one's quirky and weird, and the other one's... Is there a
transgender Arquette?
There could be. Courtney Cox Arquette?
No, here it is. I forgot about this person. Alexis Arquette, Henry.
Really?
Alexis Arquette, born Robert Arquette. Okay.
Jesus.
Transgender Arquette. And she died on 9/11.
In 9/11?
No, September 11th, 2016 of HIV. Sorry. It's very sad.
Okay.
Oh, do we know if that's a real Arquette? Yeah, it is. It is. It's one of the siblings. It's one of the siblings. Okay.
I don't know, but you managed to fit two of the worst and most recurring jokes of our show into one joke. So that was pretty impressive. I'm proud of
it. Okay.
That was pretty impressive.
So Patricia Arquette, Kristen, is that her name? Or Kirsten?
Yeah, well, you know what? It's like listed as Kirsten, and I think they call her Kirsten, but then throughout the rest of the movie they're calling her Kristen. So I don't know.
Let's go with Kristen. She's taken to this mental hospital for, it's like a ward where they keep kids that have problems with their dreams.
Yeah, it's a neat hospital. It's a one floor.
No, I just get the sense that this is...
floors.
No. This is a ward in a hospital.
Right, but they don't do a very good job except for when that kid jumps out of the window. Which was cool, by the way.
That was cool, man. How about all the weird stop motion animation in this movie?
Yeah. I like that they were still having to do that.
Oh, you're breaking up. You're so annoying. Why does your fucking computer suck so bad?
Oddly, I can hear you.
Yeah, I know. All right. Yeah. Henry's wearing fingerless gloves right now.
You remember who showed me about these?
Me?
Yep.
I love fingerless gloves. Hey, stop it. I was trying to make fun of you. All right. So she gets there to the hospital. It turns out Nancy from the first movie, Heather Langenkamp, is working there as like an intern?
No, she got her degree. Because remember, we don't have a real timeline on this shit. So I just went with it. And I figured since my math was 1980 for the first one, 7 years have passed. So it's conceivable she's 22 and already has a doctorate in psychology.
So you decided that the first one was 1980. All right?
100%.
So 100%. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
So the second movie takes place 5 years later. So it's 1985.
Right.
Surely this movie has to take place like 5 years after that.
Well, I don't. That's not how I viewed it. But,
and if the first movie is 1984, which is the year it came out, I'm gonna say Nightmare on Elm Street 3 takes place in like 1994.
I mean, does it really matter? It doesn't really matter. Right?
They should have had that former meth addict girl listening to Nirvana.
That would have been a nice touch.
Yeah.
That'll be in the George Lucas remastered version.
I'd love it.
Add In Bloom.
Is that your go-to Nirvana song?
One of my faves.
Okay. So she gets in there. Nancy takes her under her wing. Nancy recognizes that she's scared of Freddy, so she sings the stupid. I hate this fucking little jingle, little Freddy jingle.
Right.
Okay,
right.
So
yeah, it's annoying.
It's 1, 2. Freddy's coming for you. Fine. All right.
Right.
3, 4. Better
lock the door.
Lock the door. Okay. 5, 6. Grab your crucifix. What is Freddy a vampire now?
Yeah, I don't get that.
They just didn't have a rhyme for 6.
Yeah, that's totally what it is, because I don't. It doesn't make any sense.
Because everything else is all right. 7, 8. Better stay up late. That's fine.
That works.
But why are we bringing
9,
Jesus
10.
into this shit? Well, of course, that's kind of explained in this movie.
Yeah.
Because we get a whole... Hey, Henry, how'd you feel about it? Last week you were all upset that there's no huge origin story about Freddy's life. We get a huge one.
Hey, we get a big one. We got 100 maniac rape going on.
Yeah. So Henry, Freddy Krueger's mother.
Yes.
Who we see as a ghost.
Yeah, which was pretty obvious, I guess. Right. Yeah,
it's like Meryl Streep in Mamma Mia too.
Right.
She's like. A nun, all right? And she got locked in a room at some point with 100 maniacs, you know?
Mental patients,
It's not as bad as 10,000 maniacs. It's not like a Natalie Merchant situation.
Right, that's immediately what I thought of course, to be honest, when she said that.
But it's 100 crazy people, and they just ran a train on her. All right? Probably a few devil's triangles happening. All right.
Yeah.
So
100 maniacs. I mean,
100 maniacs.
That is so horrific. I couldn't even
So she got raped by 100 people, and if that's not bad enough, she gets pregnant. But the movie tries to tell you it's not like one of the guys came inside of her and she got pregnant. It's that they all did, and all of their semen sort of coalesced into a magical jizz bomb of mania.
Wow.
And
talk about poetry.
Sure. Yeah. And she became pregnant with the bastard child of 100 crazy people.
Right. So that would explain nothing. But yeah.
But that's how Freddy got so nuts.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but that was also what I thought, because they don't specify any particular father. Like, she doesn't end the whole thing by saying, and then one of them named Michael Myers.
No, she specifically says, like, they all fucking got her pregnant.
Right. So now there is a possibility that she had 100 different children. and Freddy is one of those children.
Well,
not pregnant if she had twins.
One of them was Jackie Earle Haley.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right though. On the
if you told me that that's how Jackie Earle Haley came onto this planet, I'd believe you.
Yeah, me too. That's shocking.
Yeah.
So we do get a hell of an origin story there. That's wow. Yeah.
It puts the orange into origin.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that explains the crucifix line. Maybe that cut. There's a nun, but that's not why any of that is in there.
Well, I mean, there is some suggestion at the end of this movie that the way to kill Freddy is to douse his bones in holy water.
I know.
I'm not super certain why that works, but it seems to.
It's a weird thing they're doing in these films, which I'm still trying to figure out with religion. I don't. It's like kind of strewn about and not really ever given a concrete role in Freddy either way. So it's very strange. Yeah, and then or he's like his domain is like actually looks. It's like a church. So. It's muddled to say the least, but yes.
His domain looks like a church?
In the fourth one, in the end, when he has the battle with Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, right, Alice. We'll get there.
Let's talk about this group of teens.
Oh yeah, there's a great group of teens in the mental ward. Or the dream clinic, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Actually, it is. It is sort of just they're all there for sort of the same thing, right?
Yeah, they all have problems with dreams, and then it turns out they have the same problem in their dreams. And that's Freddy's trying to kill them.
Right.
So there's a black fella named Kincaid. He's great. And,
I like that guy a lot.
And they call him. I like the most. So Lawrence Fishburne shows up in this movie, credited as Larry Fishburne.
My lord.
Yeah. And he's like an orderly in this ward, and I like when he keeps calling Kincaid Cool Breeze. Ain't that right, Cool Breeze? Yeah. So then there's
if Aaron Farinelli is the 5-timer of the franchise as a guest, Larry Fishburne has to be.
How many franchises is this guy in?
I don't know, man, but when I was doing the superhero count, I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, as soon as I saw
what have we covered him in so far? The Matrix trilogy, Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, Predators, now A Nightmare on Elm Street 3. What else?
Oh,
I think it's time we just did like a full episode, Lawrence Fishburne ranking, and then never talk about him again.
Yeah, if he's in something else we cover, he's just not mentioned.
Yeah, skip it.
Fine with me.
All right. There's a wheelchair kid, Wheels. There's a guy who is traumatized. He can't talk. There's a girl who was a meth addict.
Right.
They keep calling her a meth addict, but then she's got like track marks on her.
Right. I don't think that was a thing. I mean, it was a thing, but not like now. It's heroin.
I just think maybe Wes Craven doesn't know the difference between meth and heroin.
I think that's highly likely. Yeah.
Who else is there? There's that girl who looks like the brother from the Wonder Years who wants to be a movie star.
Oh my God. Did you just compare that actress to Corky?
No! He wasn't in the Wonder Years. He's been Life Goes On.
Confusing my 80s bad soaps. I'm sorry.
The Wonder Years is a great show.
I liked it when I was a kid.
Oh. No, the brother, Wayne, I think his name was.
No, I don't remember
I'm telling you, this girl looks like Wayne in drag.
Okay. But she's going to be a star.
Yeah, well, until Freddy turns into another household appliance, a television, and murders her. And that's when he has the best line in the movie, of course.
Go ahead.
Welcome to prime time, bitch! All right.
Which now I can reveal UK Dave thought that would be your sign-off line today?
No,
you've already said it twice.
I have something else. I have something else.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's not as famous a line, but I was laughing over it.
Okay.
Do you want me to just say it right now, and maybe people will forget it's going to be my sign-off later?
Sure they will. Our shows are so fucking long, they probably will. Go ahead.
So Kincaid, the black kid, he's like looking for Freddy near the end of the movie, like in the dream. Because so Patricia Arquette has the power to like bring people into her dream. So she's like fighting Freddy at the end, and she brings all the dream warriors, as they come to be called, into the dream. Right. And Kincaid's looking for Freddy, and he goes, "Kruger! Pussy!"
I forgot about that one. That's in the junkyard scene, right? No,
that's in the next one. Yeah. That made me laugh so fucking hard, dude.
That's pretty good.
Just calling Freddy Krueger a pussy.
Well, that's the thing is nobody, either 3 or 4. There's like a few minutes of each character being afraid of him, but then a lot of times they're not afraid of him. They're kind of like, let's just get rid of this irritating clown that keeps bothering our
he is more annoying than anything else. Could you imagine if like every time you went to sleep, like this fucking guy is like spouting puns at you?
It would be really annoying.
It would be pretty. True. Like there's one scene like someone's dreaming. Was this one or the next one? Where someone's like dreaming they're on a beach.
Oh yeah, I think that's this one because it's 4. It's the next one. It's got fake Patricia Arquette in it. Yeah,
right. So they're dreaming they're on the beach, and it's like a beautiful summer dream.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, fucking Freddy Krueger shows up on the beach wearing like sweet sunglasses, and he goes, "It's time to reach out and touch someone, bitch," and then he stabs them.
It would be like every time you went to sleep, you had Howie Mandel.
Oh my god, it's true. Every time I went to fucking sleep, no matter what dream I'm having, Howie Mandel is just putting on a surgical glove on his head.
He's got that shaved head. He's uglier than Freddy Krueger, so you got to deal with Howie Mandel.
I would so much rather deal with Freddy Krueger in my dreams than Howie Mandel.
So would I. Yeah. Or it'd be like if you had Jay Leno come on and be like, Hey!
I'd be alright, that'd be funny.
Look at me!
Yeah. Hey! Check out my denim! You like this denim?
It's on my bikes!
You want me to
my bikes?
Yeah, come over to my garage! You want me to say hello to Mavis for you?
Yeah, Mavis.
Isn't that his wife's name?
I believe you're right.
Mavis.
It's something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Mavis?
Sable?
I don't know.
Cable.
Alright. Anyway, what happens? So they're like in.
Oh, I like the doctor. Yeah, John Wesson teams up with Heather Langenkamp. Sorry.
Yeah, he teams up with Heather Langenkamp, and he doesn't believe her about Freddy, but then like people start dying, right? So first there's like Freddy Krueger. He becomes like a snake. Remember that?
Yes. Yeah. Right.
So
yeah, there's some neat creative effects in it. Yeah. I think they're at this point because of the stop motion and the budget, they're just kind of working with what they got in their heads. But what's interesting to me is I wanted your thoughts on this in all seriousness. Do you think that the dream sequences themselves are inconsistent? Like, because they're not all awesome. Like I thought like. The one with the waterbed was very cool.
That's in the next one.
Right, I know. And that, but then there's just like a lot that are kind of just like half-assed. And it's kind of like...
Like what's half-assed?
Well, the snake is kind of half-assed.
The snake is a good idea in theory, though. It just doesn't look that great.
Well, that's kind of the point, though. I thought the television thing could have been more
I thought that was great.
Yeah. I think ultimately it works.
We haven't reached the video game death. I think that's in 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He becomes a Nintendo or something.
Makes sense. We're still in 88, so, in 88, I think I had a Sega system, but I still had the remnants of my first
Sega
Atari.
system was around in '88?
The first one.
What, Genesis?
Yeah. No, my friend. The one before Genesis, because I got Genesis.
Sega had a system before Genesis?
Oh, man. Now our age is showing. The first Sega system. Yeah. Came with Duck Hunt.
That's NES, you dumb shit.
I had Sega.
No, you had Nintendo.
Might not have been. No, I never had Nintendo. I never owned a Nintendo product.
But if you owned the Duck Hunt, you owned Nintendo.
Then I didn't have Duck Hunt. I had another rip-off hunting game. Big
Buck Hunter.
I'm looking it up right now. Okay. The Sega that I had.
All right.
Important stuff.
This is great. All right, so people are dying, and so everything's nuts. Hey, how about that male nurse who's like trying to get that teen meth addict to relapse?
That was awful. Oh my God, what a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I thought it was interesting that he was able, like, you'd think that Larry Fishburne would kind of have some say in kind of reeling this guy in as being his co-orderly, but he has no compunction about taking this girl and trying to shoot her up and essentially
he's trying to get her. Yeah, he's like, yo, do you want to come down to the basement of this hospital and do some meth with me? I see the track marks on your arm. And she's I'm trying to stay fucking clean, bro. I'm currently in a hospital.
I got the keys to all the drugs you could want.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's a regular dispensary, this guy. Yeah.
Good one. That was like a Dennis Miller line. All right. So, where it's like almost a joke. So, then there's the stop motion puppetry of the person, the guy killing himself, Henry.
Yes.
Did you Galactic Freddy? It's like Freddy is like in the stars, and he's a puppeteer, and he cuts the strings on this kid.
It was kind of cool.
You know what it reminded me of? You know, like in comic books, whenever there's like, they try to like depict a cosmic being, and they have him sort of like made out of stars in the sky. He looked like fucking Thanos.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool. Like he's walking. It was really gross and effective, I suppose. But yeah, he's walking him like a puppet to his death, and they're all shouting through the window. And
no, I love what that one kid like runs away, and he sees what's happening, and he like the kid who can't speak, and he like tries to get help, but then he runs and gets help to get back to the window to watch.
Look at him.
What the fuck?
It sucks being a mute because, it takes too long to explain. There is something wrong, but don't follow me back to the room. Please go to the adjacent building on the top floor.
Yeah.
And they just watch it. It's cool. I actually didn't think that kid was going to die, I got to tell you the truth. I thought he would sort of like wake up and not meet his demise. But
that's true of a lot of people in this movie. They kill a ton of people in this. It's one of those things, like, I guess as horror franchises go on, the death count grows. So I think even more people die in the fourth one. But the only survivors at the end of this movie are Patricia Arquette, Kincaid, and like one other, right?
Well, in 3, Patricia Arquette.
Oh, and the one who can't talk.
No, right. Those are the survivors.
Patricia Arquette survives 3.
Yeah, the trilogy of survivors.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
Yep.
The Dream Warriors. Dream Warriors!
Making your dreams come true. And it was the Sega Master System, my friend.
That's not a thing.
I have a picture of it right here.
I don't believe you. Oh, God. Does this mean we're going to get, like, tweets of people like, I had that as a kid. Dan's wrong.
Well, I'm telling you I own something, and you're telling me I didn't, so it was a little strange.
I still think you have a Nintendo. Hey, one thing I enjoyed, some continuity between the first one and this one, Henry.
Yeah, there was.
There was plenty of continuity. We bring back the dad.
Yeah.
And we also bring back Nancy's fear of Freddy's hat. I want to talk about this. Now, we talked about this a little bit last week, where anytime Nancy describes Freddy to somebody,
right,
she places too much credence on this hat.
She puts a lot of emphasis on the hat.
That's right. And so I just want to point out one line in this movie where she's describing Freddy to somebody, and this is how she starts. Okay?
Uh-huh.
He wears a dirty brown hat. He's horribly burned.
Right. She starts with
She
that.
brought up the hat before the fact that his entire body is burned.
You'd think it would just be that. Look, there's a guy in our dreams. He's killing us off one by one. He's got a crazy claw made with razors, and he's horribly burned.
Yeah. How about his chest is made of screaming faces?
No, she's more into the wardrobe. His sweater is red and green.
Yeah, it's totally true.
I want to say maybe a crimson olive. Now, don't take me literally. Not like a blood red.
I think it might be a cashmere blend.
His boots are a little bit hard to see, so if you do see his feet, it could be him, but we're not really sure. And the pants are some worn-out Dockers, but I'm not sure if they're Dockers.
I'm going to say they're a 34-32.
Living, he was a 38. He dropped down on the waist a little bit, but those screaming faces did give him a little bit of a gut.
Yeah, the faces definitely give him some heft.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about that. Well, how'd you feel about the screaming faces? As a fan of this franchise, I've never been overly comfortable with that.
I mean, it's very upsetting and disturbing, and gross. Again, I say, but I mean, I guess I'm still trying to figure out. I mean, he feeds off of the souls of these kids that he kills, right? That's how he sort of stays in the picture. Am I right?
Yeah, but he's hanging out in this dream realm. So what does he do like during the day? Is he like terrorizing people in like Australia? He doesn't seem to be, because he's like only terrorizing the kids of the parents that burned him to death.
Right, and then when he's seemingly finished with that, he's not finished. He wants to keep going and just keep, terrorize another girl with a similar power, so he can use her as a conduit to pull in even more poor bastards.
Yeah, I guess he's enjoyed the process so much that he wants to keep it going. So I just think like I like to picture him like puttering around during the day, planning his kills for the night, sort of like blueprinting, like like the kid in Home Alone, like he's got that blueprint of the house, like, oh, and then I'll pop Christmas lights down on the floor, they'll step on the
yeah,
ice.
because obviously if he wanted to, since he's unbound by time and space, he could go to another part of the world that's already into tomorrow, or it was yesterday. He could be in China or Australia.
But he's only into Elm Street, so I think he's like waiting around all day. But the faces on his chest suggest to me like something weirder is going on, because I can't picture him just like having a life in that boiler room with those fucking heads screaming on his chest.
I would think that would be a nuisance, but yeah, I mean, I guess he just deals with it or summons them when he wants to. Is that fair to say? Because
you mean to like scare people? You think they're like absorbed into his chest, but then when he like pops that shirt off, like he's like, check out these faces.
Right. I think when he's like getting ready for his evening wear, when he's putting on his crimson and olive sweater, that and he's shirtless, just kind of chilling. I don't think those faces are around. I think he like quiets them up so he can just kind of because think about this. I mean, he must not get much sleep either, right? I mean,
well, I don't think he needs sleep unless he sleeps during the day. Maybe he's nocturnal.
Yeah, I feel like to have, although I mean he has a lot of energy, but not quite as much energy as like a Jason or Michael Myers, where they're always walking very slowly for miles and miles or running. So he kind of can just appear when he wants. He may not need sleep. I like to think of Freddy Krueger needing a little bit of sleep to be.
So you think like he sleeps during the day, gets his energy back up, and then he wakes up when it's sleepy time for the rest of Elm Street?
Yeah, I feel like he has an internal alarm clock that goes off when he knows that the other people are asleep, so he can ready for action.
Yeah. I can see what you mean, man. Like he wakes up sort of like at 10 p.m., like spry, ready to go, like and he says something to himself like "party time."
Right. He thinks, that's what you just answered your own question. That's what he's doing during the day. He's thinking of the one-liners he's going to spring.
Well, I think he likes to match one thing to the one-liners. So, like, maybe he came up with the line like, talk about your wet dream, and then he was like, well, how can I do that? This one kid has a waterbed. That's a great use for that line.
Yeah, so he has like a list in front of him, and then when they're applicable, he can pull them out.
What comes first, the chicken or the egg?
That's right. He sees Jennifer watching television, and he has apparently known that she wants to be a star because I guess he's around during the day to hear that.
Well, no, he's in their dreams, so I imagine she's dreaming of Hollywood stardom.
Right. So he's
every night in her dreams, she's like blowing Burt Reynolds. Or wait, it's 90. Wait, hang on. It's 1994. She's blowing Brad Pitt or something.
Sharon Stone.
Oh, right. That one girl got mad at us. I forgot.
No Sharon Stone jokes.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Nice swig.
Thanks, bro. What? So the dad and the doctor, they go to douse Freddy's corpse, his bones, with holy water.
Right. This is when we come to the most Evil Dead 2 sequence in the movie.
Well, it's an Army of Darkness sequence, I would say. It's a Ray Harryhausen influenced thing. Ray Harryhausen, of course, of Beverly Hills Cop 3 fame. And he... They fucking, the bones, like, Freddy inhabits his own bones and, like, becomes, like, a dancing skeleton, kind of.
Very, very strange.
And he starts, like, having a little fight with them. But they manage to tackle. He kills the dad. John Saxon dies.
Right, which, I think is suitable. And there was a weird sequence, too, right, where they're looking for John Saxon. And they find him in a bar.
Well, it turns out that the mom we know was a horrible alcoholic.
Right.
I gotta imagine maybe that's something they have in common.
Didn't work out for either of them.
So when the mom died, he just like resorted to the bottle while Nancy was studying for her PhD or something.
Yeah, and so they go to him without much luck, and then it's the doctor, right, who pretty much persuades him, hey, this is something that got to get done.
I think that's right.
Yes. Yeah.
You got anything more to say about this movie?
I mean,
we do. We should talk about the fact that fucking Nancy dies.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
That was kind of out of nowhere, and I feel like she maybe didn't get as big a death as she deserved. Like, can you imagine if in, like, Halloween 3 they killed Laurie Strode? That would have been, like, a fucking massive moment.
Yeah, it would have been. You're right. But those movies have a lot more heft to them and more dramatic. Or that
I feel like 1 and 3 have heft of Nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
There's heft.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, I know, I guess, but, Laurie Strode is so iconic. I don't know. Is this girl iconic? I guess she is.
Nancy. She's Nancy. She's iconic enough that they brought her back in this movie.
This is true. This is true. Well, she gets a pretty good death. I mean, she gets to save
She saves
them,
the
and
Dream
then she
Warriors.
gets clawed through the chest. I mean, so...
Yeah. It happens pretty quick, though, and then they just, like, cut to her funeral. And then we spend, like, 2 seconds at the funeral, and then it's like, hey, let's go follow Ghost Freddy's mom some more.
There are a lot of funerals in these two movies. I believe it's especially...
They're constantly cutting to those fucking cemeteries. It's always the same cemetery.
That gravedigger has his work cut out for him. I'll say that. He's making a lot of money.
I know. It's like fucking Heathers.
And they're all... and apparently they're all... Every kid in this movie is apparently Christian. Right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think there's any Jews in Elm Street.
There's no Jews, there's no Hindus, there's no Muslims, because everyone just gets a Christian burial.
Oh, yeah, duh.
Right.
So Nancy dies, and that's the end of your movie. And we get 3 survivors, and they fucking come back in the next movie, which is a very weird thing for a horror franchise to do.
I thought this movie was an improvement over... number 1.
Interesting.
And I mean, anything was an improvement over 2. You know how I felt about that.
Yes, I do.
But I was disappointed still. It seemed like there were certain parts of it that just felt very TV movie of the week to me. Some of the acting and some of the shots and the camera work. I mean, I think the special effects were decent, but for one of the ones that's being hailed, or not by you, but as being hailed as like possibly the best one, I couldn't do it.
I think it's probably my second favorite.
Yeah. But
I'm gonna give it a 4.
You're giving it a 4?
Yeah.
Wow.
I really enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, it was certainly for me. Compared to the first 2, it was the most entertaining. I'm having a little bit of a difficult time trying to give it a 3-star, though.
This is the borderline, I feel like. The bridge between, like, the movies that take themselves a little more seriously and the just utter silliness of what's coming.
Well, I wrote down, it's the best so far, but still shitty. But right after that... But right after that, I did write 3 stars with a question mark.
Okay. Is that what you're going to go with?
Let's go with 3.
Oh, I love it. Okay. I'm going 4.
That was not easy for me. So
who's your MVP?
I'm going to go with Craig Wasson. He was the doctor. I liked him.
I liked him too. But I'm going to go with Patricia Arquette. I think she's a really great final girl in this movie.
She is great, and you realize how good she is when you see her replacement in 4.
Well, after watching, 10 Friday the 13th movies, as much as I like those movies, if you think about the level of actor in the main girls in each of those movies, I don't think any of them are quite Patricia Arquette.
That's correct. That's right. My LVP is going to be Penelope, who played the TV girl. I'm sorry, I wrote the actress's name.
Sure. The TV girl is pretty bad, but she dies early, and her death is memorable.
Correct. She's still getting my LVP because I actually like the coterie of characters we got here. I thought they were pretty decent, and I thought she was the least compelling.
My LVP is Wheels, and not the least because
that's a good call.
He's such a far inferior Wheels than the one we got in Friday the 13th Part 2. And I'll say he had a memorable death. Does he die? But I mean,
yeah. But I don't. Who could remember? I mean, the original Wheels' death is
Wheels. The original Wheels is the most memorable death in movie history. But this guy, he they all have powers in their dreams. Like Patricia Arquette's doing flippy doos and shit, and this kid, he can walk. in my dreams I can walk, and he says that super earnestly, and I'm like,
and he's also like a wizard. Remember?
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, he's a wizard. He's like, in my dreams I can walk, and I have the power of Ordok, the monster of Cattleland. And early in the movie, you see him like forcing some of them to play like D&D or whatever.
Yeah, they're
and
real excited.
he has like a purple cape and a wizard's cap, and he goes. So that's that character kind of sucks. But is he the one with the death with the nurse who tries to fuck him?
No, that's the mute.
Oh God, yeah, that dude. I love that shit. There's like a nurse, like a grown woman who like tries to fuck this kid, but it turns out to be in his dream. And
but that's in 4.
That's in 3.
No, because in 3, the trilogy of survivors, he's one of them. It's Kincaid and the mute and Patricia Arquette, because then the 2 of them guys return for 4.
Henry,
they're giving
no, he doesn't die though. He doesn't die. He meets the nurse. The nurse pops her top off. She's got those big fake boobs, those great 80s fake boobs that are just
right.
Like, they look like if you touch them, it'd be like a rock.
Yeah.
And
Silicon Valley. But okay, he dies in the waterbed in 4.
Yes, that's absolutely true, because he ends up surviving in this movie, because he's the one who's like in a bed and then he gets tied to the bed by tongues.
Oh, you know what? The sequences were all right,
and I think they end up rescuing him in the dream world.
You're absolutely right, because he's hanging over a fire pit.
That's right.
Jesus Christ! So this guy's literally on a bed for 2 movies.
Yeah, he's constantly in bed, this kid.
You'll forgive me for okay, got it. Yeah. Fair enough.
I'm jealous. So that's great. But yeah, so MVP we went with Arquette, and you went with the Doctor. Who's your LVP? Oh, and my LVP is Wheels, and who was yours? The TV girl. All right.
TV girl, yeah.
And we got a 4 and a 3. Give me the superhero count on this bad boy.
All right.
Freddy!
Larry Fishburne.
Of course.
Obviously, he's Perry White in the DCU.
Is the DCU still a thing anymore?
I don't think so. I think they're done, right?
Henry, what is the state of the DCU currently? They're making Wonder Woman 1985. Hey, actually, there fucking is a DCU, because did you hear the amazing DC news this week?
I'm sure I didn't. Let's hear it.
All right. Henry, forgive me for being excited about this, but Suicide Squad 2...
Yeah?
...is going to be written and directed by James Gunn. They poached the motherfucker!
Oh my God. Whoa.
Love it.
How did that go over on the internet?
People are pumped. People who never gave a shit about Suicide Squad 2, like me, are pumped for the movie now.
But I mean, I didn't really mean that aspect. I mean, because he was so ostracized for all that other stuff.
Because most people don't give a shit, man. Marvel bowed to pressure.
That's too bad. Yeah. Well, good for him. Maybe he'll make something of it. I imagine he will.
And Batista popped up on Twitter and was like, I want to be in fucking Suicide Squad 2. Fuck Marvel.
All right. Wow. That's pretty big news. I did not see that.
I thought that was pretty great. So yeah, I guess there's still a thing. And that Titans TV show on the DC streaming service. Have you heard about that?
No.
There's I heard Robin, it's real dark and gritty, extra dark and gritty. It's based on the Teen Titans. And I read that halfway through the show, Robin goes, "Fuck Batman." All right. You excited?
I couldn't possibly be more. I'll let you watch a little of that as you.
I'm not going to watch it. Listen. I'm not going to watch Teen Titans if they don't include the most essential Teen Titan, Henry, because he's currently in the Justice League, and that is Cyborg.
Yeah, they can't use him, right?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, Henry, you want to talk about Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, or are there more superheroes?
I didn't even barely get started yet.
Oh, okay.
So Larry Fishburne as Perry White, and as Goliath in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and as the narrator in the 2004 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and as the Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Okay. Dr. Elizabeth Sims, the older woman psychiatrist who never believes anything that the man tells her.
Oh, yeah.
Is played by an actress named Priscilla Pointer, and she was in the 1990s series that I watched.
Oh, you're breaking up.
Flash.
All right, who is she in The Flash?
Nora Allen.
Oh, her mom? His mom?
That's what I have to assume.
When I
saw that, I laughed.
DC classic.
A lot of parents involved. Thirdly, we have Brooke Bundy, who played your favorite
The thing
mom.
is, you never get parents in Marvel because the origin story of every Marvel character is their parents got killed.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
In DC, besides Batman, they're all like around somewhere.
Yeah, except the DC universe still found a way to include Batman's fucking parents in every single one of those movies.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
So the third one here is Mom, the mom who's about to bang the bourbon drinking boyfriend, played by an actress named Brooke Bundy. She was in the Linda Carter Wonder Woman series. She played a character named Beverly Ryan.
Beverly Ryan.
Yeah,
that sounds like it would have been a character on like Falcon Crest.
I am sure that Brooke Bundy was on Falcon Crest.
Let's look it up.
My favorite count of perhaps, I don't know, maybe the history of the superhero count?
I'm listening.
Zsa
Sure, of course, Freddy, Dick Cavett becomes Freddy and murders Zsa Gabor.
And I'm gonna say something to you right now. I looked her up, and as soon as I was doing the searching, I knew exactly what she was gonna have been in. And I guessed correctly. So you gotta guess. You gotta go for it. What would Zsa Gabor have been in?
The Adam West Batman.
That's right.
Okay, who'd she play?
Minerva.
Professor McGonagall?
I feel like I've heard Minerva before in the Batman universe, but maybe I haven't. I'm
gonna say it's like. Remember on the Batman TV show, he always had like aunts and uncles hanging around?
It's Dick Grayson's Aunt Minerva.
Yeah. I will say that the Brooke Bundy was in General Hospital. That kind of counts.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
And the Bionic Woman and Dynasty.
She got around. She's got over 100 credits on IMDb, this woman.
No shit.
Yeah.
It was a joy.
What a joy. Okay. Henry.
Yeah.
Are we done?
Let's take a break. Yep.
Oh, okay. I'm keeping this in. On Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, Henry.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about it. It comes out to us, so they decide the last one was a hit. We're going to keep making these. Fuck you, Wes Craven.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Right.
And so he's just got to let him. It's going to happen. So they make a Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, which is a direct sequel to the previous one. And it was released August 19th, 1988, on a budget of $13 million. By the way, these budgets are starting to balloon. Get those things down!
That is a big.
You don't need $13 million for a 1988 Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
That's a big budget, man. I mean, I'm trying to think in relativity to other stuff but I guess it has to be based on the fact that the previous one, right, made such.
Yeah. It was a huge hit. So, but like they should be spending garbage on these movies. No one cares.
Right. Do you think Robert Englund is getting more money each movie?
I mean, probably, but negligibly.
Right. He's getting free sweaters.
Yeah. I got to imagine, like, New Line is just like, hey, Robert, we'll give you $200 extra if you rap with the Fat Boys.
And he's like, you know what? I don't need it. Put the money into the movie. I'll do it for
It's
nothing.
about the work for me, guys.
You know, I always had a thing in my head that Robert Englund was British.
Is he?
No, he's American. I don't know why I always thought that. Maybe because his name is England. But
that's of course what it is. That's totally what it is.
I always just thought he was like an older British actor. He's nothing of the sort. Yeah,
that's
he's like
so
fucking
funny,
Fresno
man.
Or something. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Did you ever think of him as a certain nationality, or no? You just didn't even.
It never occurred to me, man.
My whole life, I thought he was this British guy, and he ain't. That's
really interesting. Do you often do that with actors, like transpose their last names, like whatever they are?
Yeah, Robert Pattinson. I always thought he was from Pattinson, Ireland.
Sure.
But he's not.
Do you think like Nicolas Cage lives in a cage?
For the first 10 or so years of my movie-going life,
sure.
Yes, I thought he was born in the cage from Snake Eyes. That's what I thought.
There's no cage in Snake Eyes. What are you referring to?
No, but there's a steel cage match at the end of the movie in the boxing ring.
There is not. Henry, I've seen Snake Eyes many times, and you will not get me to believe anything about Snake Eyes that is not true.
Okay, it's probably true. I couldn't sneak anything on you on that one.
No, you sure can't.
No. So you could probably tell me who's sitting around the ring, which celebrities are in the right. I bet you can.
Well, there's one guy with who seems to be speaking into a microphone. There's a redhead and what's she doing there in the front row? Then there's Gary Sinise. There's the Secretary of Defense. Okay, and
who's always at the fights? Right? Doesn't Frank Sinatra?
Oh, you mean cameos? Yeah, there's probably a few of those. I can't remember.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But I thought there were a lot of cameos. Yeah. All right.
Just as long as Tupac wasn't there. Ooh. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Listen, this one we have a new director, Henry. What a joy it is! Not new to us. We've covered him before. The director of Die Hard 2, Rennie Harlin. Now,
Mrs. Gina Davis.
Oh, that's right. We talked. Oh, and Deep Blue Sea.
Holy shit!
God, Rennie Harlin is like the Larry Fishburne of directors.
Three Timers Club.
That's right. So Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, was his third movie, and this movie is what got him the clout to make Die Hard 2.
Yeah, I figured as much. I mean, that's a little surprising, but yeah, it made a little money.
Yeah, so we've talked about this guy's filmography fucking enough. I'm done with Rennie Harlin, alright? We like some of his movies, and a lot of them are really bad.
Yeah, that's pretty much him in a nutshell. Yeah.
So that's Rennie Harlin. And we have a script. The three fellas collaborated on the script. So the first draft, I believe, was written by a fella named Brian Helgeland.
Yeah, I mean, now I associate him with two movies, L.A. Confidential and Payback.
Payback's a bitch. Payback's a bitch. He should have said that shit. I mean, look, he.
But you tell me, because he's done a lot more, right?
I mean, he floundered in Hollywood forever, man. He wrote a lot of garbage. 976 Evil was a horror movie. He wrote Assassins, the Stallone movie. Ooh. He did Conspiracy Theory. He wrote The Postman with Kevin Costner.
Oh my!
But I mean, L.A. Confidential, that was his big break. Didn't he win an Oscar for that?
He
was at least nominated. But so that kind of gave him his career. And, he still maintained work as a writer. He's written a lot for both Ridley and Tony Scott's.
Oh, wow. All right, yeah.
Including Man on Fire and Robin Hood.
Elm 1, 2, 3.
Man on Fire. Oh, wait, I said that already. He's also written some for Clint Eastwood, Mystic River, and Blood Work, which is a movie no one remembers.
I saw that in theaters. Not very good.
No, but he's also directed quite a bit, Henry.
Yes.
Payback.
Yeah, he
directed A Knight's Tale. All right. Have you ever seen that?
No, but I heard AC/DC makes a cameo in it.
Yeah, Henry, if you ever want to see Heath Ledger jousting on horseback to Queen songs, that's your movie.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
He directed the very by the numbers and disappointing 42.
Oh, that's right. You want to hear my impression of oh my God,
Harrison Ford?
Yeah, you want to hear my impression of Harrison Ford in that movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Black people! Why'd it have to be black people?
Wow, that was more emphatic than your usual Harrison Ford.
Well, he's doing a weird accent in that movie.
It's true.
He also directed that Tom Hardy Twins movie that I thought was the movie you really liked.
Right.
Yeah.
You thought the whole time for years that I kept praising Locke.
Yeah.
And you thought I was praising Legend.
I thought it was I conflated them in my mind. See, Legend is about twins, Locke is in a car. I thought that Locke was a movie about twins driving around in a car.
Which, despite your ambivalence or just wish to see Tom Hardy actually as a person, you also, that might explain, I could be wrong, does that explain some of the reaction you would usually get in conversations whenever we'd be like doing movies we've recently seen or things we need to see, and I'd always mention to you, hey man, don't forget about Locke.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, yeah, okay, all right. You were always polite, but you were just
yeah, I mean, I just never cared.
Right.
But that's part of why.
I knew that, but I kept pushing it anyway. Yeah. And I'm still pushing it. Yeah.
All right. So Brian Helgeland writes a draft of this movie, and then we also the Wheat brothers, Jim and Ken Wheat. All right, they write this thing. Now these fellas, they've had a career and a half.
Oh, really?
Prior to Nightmare on Elm Street 4, they wrote the TV movie Ewoks: The Battle for Endor.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
God, I didn't even know about that one.
They've also written quite a few sequels. They're franchise guys, Henry. They wrote The Fly 2.
Ooh, okay. So we'll be talking about them again.
Sure. They wrote the TV movie The Birds 2: Land's End, which I have seen.
I didn't think that flies liked wheat, but birds do.
I don't know where to go with that. All right.
I think you went to the right place. It's fine.
They wrote the Stepford Husbands. That's a TV movie Stepford sequel.
What are these guys up to?
All right. But then they hit pay dirt, Henry. And they've only written for one character since the year 2000.
One character?
That's right.
Shoot.
And that's a little character named Riddick.
Oh, wow.
They're Riddick guys, baby.
Wow. So they're like, he's like the Wachowskis with the Neo.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's not true though. The Wachowskis have written for plenty of characters.
No, but I was thinking like that's their main thing.
Oh, that's their bread and butter.
And their brother, sister.
Hey,
brother.
they're sisters.
I'm trying to remember. That was actually genuine. The brothers. They both.
They're both ladies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. Now, Nightmare on Elm Street 4: The Dream Master. It was nominated for a Razzie, Henry.
Ooh.
Nominated for a Razzie for Worst Song.
Oh. There's a few.
Now, you might think it was the Fat Boy song that Freddy Krueger raps in.
I would hope it wasn't.
But it wasn't, no. See, after Nightmare on Elm Street 3, the Dream Masters was such a success with the Dokken song. Yeah. Now we have to get, like, shitty metal bands to do songs for all these movies. So
who did this? L.A. Guns?
I guess, that's a good one. No, it's a band called Vigil. Never heard of them. They got a song called Therapist in this movie. They lost the Razzie, though.
Oh. Damn.
Henry, should I look up what won the Razzie? I should have done that.
It's okay.
I want to know. Now, this movie was a huge hit, okay? It made 49 points.
Like okay.
This is the number 2 highest grossing Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
Really?
Yes. It came in at number 19 at the box office, Henry, just below Bull Durham. And just above a little movie called The Land Before Time, which we've always said, that'll be the last thing we ever cover on this franchise.
Have we always said that?
I've always said it because there's like 100 of those.
Oh, all right. So that'll be like a year-long project.
Yeah. I have it right here. The 1988 Razzie noms for Worst Song. There were only 3 nominees that year, Henry. And Therapist by Vigil was one of them. The other loser was Skin Tight by Ted Nugent from this movie Johnny Be Good. And I'll tell you, the winner, a band called Full Force, that I've never heard of, that has a song called Jack Fresh in the movie Caddyshack 2. All right? Oh, so we can cover that sometime.
Yeah, that'll be coming around.
For sure. Okay. Yeah. The movie starts with another quote.
It is 1988 list year.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I redid my 1988 list. Oh, God, we gotta fucking finish this episode. What's your number?
I think it feels longer than it actually is.
That might be true. What's number 10?
Oh, I don't get any honor.
Oh, go ahead.
Honorables. They Live. Wings of Desire. The Accused. Talk Radio. Child's Play.
Radio.
Bird. What?
Nothing. You're breaking up. Child's Play. Bird. Go ahead.
8 Men Out. Funny Farm. The Deadpool.
Yeah. The Deadpool?
Sure.
We didn't even particularly like that one.
I recall that I liked it.
That's the one with fucking Jim Carrey.
I thought I liked it.
All right.
And Mississippi Burning. Okay. So something got bumped. All right. Number 10. Do you have any honorables?
I don't care. School Days didn't make it, but go
ahead. Coming to America, number 10.
All right. My number 10 is Talk Radio.
Number 9 is Rain Man.
Raymond. My number 9 is Mississippi Burning.
Got bumped for my number 8, which is Bright Lights, Big City.
That's a shitty movie.
That's a great movie. I love it.
It's a hell of a book.
It's a great movie.
All right. My number 8 is a little movie called Big.
Oh, okay. All right.
What, did you not hear me?
Big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing?
I saw it on my list. I almost put it as an honorable mention, but
all right, whatever. Keep going. What's your number 7?
I loved it as a kid. I don't think I'd like it anymore, but maybe.
Well, I've watched it as an adult, and it's great.
Really? Okay. Dun 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 dun. Number 7 is Bull Durham.
All right, my number 7 is The Thin Blue Line.
Oh, God damn it. Son of a bitch. Fine.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. You never saw my number 6. It's a great, great movie with Michael Keaton called Clean and Sober.
Well, fine. You've never seen my number 6. It's a great movie with Michael Keaton called Beetlejuice.
You're so right. All right, short version.
Heavy hitters.
Dead Ringers.
That's your number 5, Dead Ringers?
It jumped up 5 spots.
I love it. My number 5 is They Live.
My number 4 is Beetlejuice, jumping way up.
My number 4 is Die Hard.
Ooh. My number 3 is The Last Temptation of Christ.
That's my number 3.
Look at that. My number 2 is Midnight Run.
Right. My number 2 is Wings of Desire.
Yeah, that hurt. I kicked it off. And my number 1 movie of 1988 is still Die Hard.
Check it out, Henry. I got a new number 1 for 1988.
Oh, The Vanishing?
No. I love that movie, though, so much. Dead Ringers!
Oh, good. Hey, can't really argue that.
I fucking love that movie. That, I can't deny my love. I think the first time I made this list, it was like number 9, and then I've like watched it twice more since then, and it's just like, I like it more every time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it jumped up 5 spots. I had never seen that movie till I met Aaron Farinelli.
Good for you, Aaron.
He lent me the VHS because I think we were going through a Cronenberg discussion, and I said how I had never seen one of his movies, which was Dead Ringers, and he's like, "That's fucking crazy! You've got to see it."
That was the only one you'd never seen?
I believe at the time.
I think that might be his best movie.
It's very possible. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about The Dream Master. Now, are we talking about Freddy Krueger? Are we talking about Kristen? Are we talking about Kirsten? Are we talking about Alice?
Right.
A lot of characters to
Who
choose
is the Dream
from.
Master?
Well, we start with a quote, Henry, as we do now, I guess, in these
We
movies.
went a little more lowbrow this time, but yeah.
No, sure. The Book of Job from the Bible.
Yeah, we went from Edgar Allan Poe to the Bible, so I already was sour on this movie. But
Oh, God. So we get our new... our new Kristen, honestly. It's the same character from Part 3. It's the Patricia Arquette character. And I gotta tell you, the first time I watched this movie, Henry, I watched it directly after watching the third one, and I was so drunk, and I could not make that leap in my head. Like, I couldn't compute that it was the same character.
you were like the level of drunk where you weren't blackout yet, but you were just a little bit buzzed to the point of like...
I remember being like, why'd they name the character the same name as the character from the previous movie?
Yeah, right. Got it.
Yeah.
So you first saw this, within... I know you weren't...
This was one... This was one that... Nightmare was not my bag as a teen. As a teen, I was way Halloween. Halloween was my favorite, and I had gotten into the Jason movies. But Freddy, I was always like... I liked the first one, the third one, and New Nightmare. And then, as an adult... And Freddy vs. Jason. I watched the shit out of that movie. But as an adult, I filled in the blanks, and I checked out some of these. So 4 and 5, I didn't see till I was an adult.
Okay.
So, we got a new Kirsten, and what a name this actress has, Henry.
What is her name?
Tuesday Night.
Right.
That's her name. It's Tuesday Night.
Tuesday Night.
I think she's kind of okay.
I mean, I'd say she has big shoes to fill in the actress, not necessarily the part, so she's kind of fine.
Well, that's the thing. It's just sometimes actresses are all right, but it's just hard to accept them taking on an iconic role. I mean, not that fucking Kristen is that iconic, but
no, I know.
It's the same thing where there's this actress who plays. Remember, they made a UPN sitcom version of Clueless.
Vaguely, I do, actually.
Yeah, and they got, a lot of the actors from the Clueless movie to, be in that show. I think they just wrote out the Brittany Murphy character, and they hired a new actress to play Alicia Silverstone's Cher.
Oh, okay.
And the actress, if you go back and like watch that shit now, she's like pretty good. But
right.
I mean, she had the thankless role of like being this that movie. After that movie came out, Alicia Silverstone was fucking beloved.
Right. That's very true. And so you wouldn't have felt that with like Christy Swanson, right?
Well,
about Buffy.
Well, but the movie Buffy kind of tanked. Like nobody really liked that movie when it came out.
But that's not what I mean. I mean, what about you? You didn't have any problem replacing that.
I didn't really like that movie.
So you didn't give a shit.
No, I mean, it honestly, it's amazing that I even gave the TV show a shot because I didn't care about that movie at all. I just think it premiered in March, I think, and nothing was on, and I was like, oh, I'll try this Buffy show.
Wow, yeah, it changed my life forever.
Yeah, it did, kind of did.
I know.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, there's that's a problem. So Tuesday night is our new Kristen. And hey, Buffy was on Tuesday nights, by the way. And
oh goodness gracious! Okay.
And she's having a dream, right?
Yes.
And she pulls the other dream warrior, into the dream. And she's worried Freddy's coming back, but they're like, he's not coming back. They show her the boiler, and the boiler's cold, which I guess means he's not using it.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
It was like, check it out. The boiler's cold. She like looks inside, and then the dog jumps out and bites her arm.
Yeah. So, that's right. That's right. And that carries over into the real world. Yeah, so Kincaid in this movie has a dog, and the dog's name is Jason.
I love that. I noticed it right away. That's got to be a thing.
But what are they trying to say with it?
I don't think they're trying to say... I didn't at the time. I don't know. I didn't think they were trying to say anything except there was just a little wink at the audience. Like, hey, ha ha ha.
I think it's distracting.
It's not in it long enough to be distracted. I didn't.
No, the dog turns out to be incredibly important to the plot of the movie, Henry.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
because at one point, Kincaid is having a dream where he's in that sort of car graveyard where Freddy's buried, and
right.
The dog Jason pees on Freddy's bones.
A fire.
And the pee turns into fire, and it reignites Freddy.
By the way, there is some serious... Now, I'm just going to say right off the bat, Kincaid is my MVP, even though he's killed pretty quickly.
He's killed so early in this. He's great in the last one.
He's great in the last, but he's really great in this one in the short amount of screen time he has. I really like him. Now, Kincaid is obviously not a good, responsible pet owner because his dog clearly has a severe UTI. I mean, he's taking a piss. I mean, I think, as a man, we've all pissed fire before. But this dog literally, he pisses fire. And
it's fire. Like this happens in this movie. You see a dog, then you see the dog's dick, then it starts peeing, and it pees fire.
Yeah.
And Freddy comes back to life. For years, Henry, I mistakenly remembered this being in a Jason movie. And I was wrong.
Understandable.
Because there's those Jason movies, like, after a while, where, like, he's always getting resurrected in weird ways. Like, remember
right.
Remember the one where he's, like, in the lake? Like, at the bottom of the lake, and, like, some lightning strikes?
I'm glad you brought that up. That's a really interesting point, because those also are one of the best things about those movies. Those resurrections are so funny and so creative in every single one of them. And in these ones, Freddy's like seemingly dying.
You can't call it uncreative, Henry. He gets reignited with flaming dog urine.
Good point. But that's the one resurrection I buy. But the fact that he doesn't, he just sort of gets resurrected by the strangest methods. It's not really always. You don't even know if it's necessary to resurrect.
Well, that's
him.
the whole thing in these movies because they're
Right.
supernatural. Like you can kind of just fucking do whatever. Like
Right.
the Friday the 13th movies are like sort of tangentially supernatural, but in this movie we're being asked to believe like Freddy has superpowers.
Yeah, you can believe the man claw.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we go to school with these characters, which I'm into. We're getting a high school movie again.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And Kristen, she's sort of fallen in with the popular crowd.
I found that interesting. I found that actually kind of refreshing.
I liked it a lot.
They didn't go for the usual ostracized weirdo teen thing, you know?
Yeah, so like they're outcasts. I forgot to do the fucking blockbuster list, Henry.
Well, throw it in 88 if you want to throw 88 in real quick.
Sure, people love it.
People love it.
1988. All right, they like The Accidental Tourist. All right, do you know what that is?
It's a terrible movie with Gina Davis and William Hurt.
Okay, yeah. I guess it's
Kathleen
a reunion for a lot of the crew of Body Heat. They love it. All right, they said The Accused here. You like that
Great
one?
movie.
That was an honorable mention for you.
Yep.
Foster has enough emotional range to last a lifetime as a gang rape victim in this movie. All right.
By 100 Maniacs.
They've got Beaches by Gary Marshall. All right.
All Beaches.
Right. Henry, the soundtrack features Midler's best singing to date, including the hit songs Wind Beneath My Wings and Under the Boardwalk. Her rendition of The Glory of Love is heartrending.
I think that Wind Beneath My Wings is in my top 25 most hated songs of all time.
Okay.
Yep.
Big is on the list. They got Bull Durham, an altogether absorbing motion picture experience.
And one of your favorites.
Sure. A Cry in the Dark with Meryl Streep there. They like that one. Dangerous Liaisons. All right.
It's a good movie. It's a little boring, but you know.
Oh, it's good. It's better than Fatal Attraction. Then there's They like Die Hard, Henry.
All right.
It's an edge-of-your-seat, action-packed thriller.
Yeah, that's all it is.
A plethora of top-notch special effects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Bruce Willis provides an everyman believability to a character that could just have been a Rambo.
A common thread and thought at the time, yes.
That's right. Okay. A Fish Called Wanda. They like that one. Gorillas in the Mist.
Pretty boring.
You don't like that one?
You thought I would, didn't you?
Yeah. Mississippi Burning. Hackman turns in a riveting performance.
That is true. He's the best part of that movie.
Rain Man. They like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great together, the two of them. This is by far 1988's most poignant movie. All right?
Most poignant
Most
movie.
poignant.
I love Rain Man. I don't know if I'd use that adjective.
All right, they like The Thin Blue Line, Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Ugh.
All right? And wait till you hear the voices behind the sultry Jessica Rabbit. What a combo! All right, no wonder... Hey, it says this, you ready? No wonder Roger hopped off with 3 Oscars. All right?
Let's do the video.
They've got Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown, the Almodovar film, which is pretty good. And they've got Working Girl. That's their faves. All right?
Yeah.
Carly Simon's theme, Let the River Run, enhances the magical blend of performances. You won't be able to resist its jungle beat. Is that racist?
Well, she's white, but yeah, maybe. You want to hear a few bars of that?
I'd love it.
Let the river run, let all the people face the nation. Come, our new Jerusalem.
I love it. I could hear Carly Simon right here alongside me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you curious as to why I knew all those lyrics so well?
What, you big into Carly Simon?
No, I just have seen the movie a few times, and I don't have any idea why I remember those lyrics.
Carly Simon. Why did it have to be Carly Simon? I'll tell you. So she's in with the popular kids, right?
She is.
She's still friends with the Dream Warriors, but they're like the outcasts. But she keeps them along with her. And then she's friends with like this one girl. She has a boyfriend named Rick, who's a karate master. She has a best friend who's like this frizzy-haired girl who is like a rocker, but she's afraid of bugs. And I think she's supposed to be like a PJ Souls type, like from Halloween. And she's got that line definitely. Right at the beginning where she's like, "I have a conflict. Homework or Dynasty?" Dynasty won. Listen, you could put that line on today, Henry, because there's the remake of Dynasty.
I thought it was funny when it's supposed to be like a 17-year-old kid in the 80s who watches Dynasty. Also,
this is supposed to be like 1996, I think. I don't think Dynasty is on anymore.
By my timeline logic, we're in 2008.
I think she should be watching Beverly Hills 90210 or Melrose Place. All right,
it's a
Malibu Shores.
Homework or Breaking Bad?
Well, that will be later, sure.
Much later. Yeah.
Homework or Models Inc. Homework or House of Style. All right.
Oh, yeah. And then they've got the black friend.
Yeah, there's the one black friend. But she's like, she's an asthmatic little... I mean, she's just there to be the black friend who dies.
Yeah, pretty much. She's the... Yeah, I mean, they make her look as terrible as they possibly can.
She's very much like Lisa Turtle. She's the Lisa Turtle of this movie.
Give me that. Who's Lisa Turtle again?
She's the black girl from Saved by the Bell.
Oh, okay. Did she have big glasses and all that?
No, but she's like, that's what she's sort of like the nerd? Short nerd, like fat, or she's a fashion nerd, right?
Okay, I don't remember.
I guess this girl is a little more nerdy, you're right.
Yeah.
Anyway... So Freddy first is still trying to kill all the fucking children of the parents who killed him. We're on movie 4 of this now. And so he kills...
It could have been like 3,000 parents. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. He kills Kincaid and with the dog, and then he kills Joey with the waterbed. So Joey, it's a great death. He's got like a pinup in his room of like a naked lady, and he's like looking at it before bed one night. I guess he's jerking off, sort of like Harry Potter at the beginning of Azkaban, and then all of a sudden she like appears. I guess he falls asleep. She's in his bed, in the waterbed, and he's trying to like open the waterbed to like get in there and bone her.
It's understandable.
But then it turns out this hot lady is Freddy.
Right.
And he gets sucked into the waterbed, and Freddy goes, "How's this for a wet dream?"
Freddy has such a generic voice that like anyone could pretty much imitate.
I think I'm doing it perfectly.
You are, but I'm just saying
it's slightly generic because it's clearly got a vocal effect on it, and I actually think they've lessened the vocal effect in these later ones.
Well, I agree
because in the first one he's like, "I'm Freddy," and now he's just like, "Shut the fuck up, bitch."
Yeah, I'm wondering if by like Nightmare 14 he's just like, "Hey guys,
it's me, Robert. You want to see my nurse costume?
My crimson."
Yeah. Can't believe I outlived the fat boys. What?
Do you think these claws are too shiny?
Henry, what's a better movie, Nightmare on Elm Street 4 or Disorderlies?
Or Disorderlies?
Yeah, the Fat Boys movie.
Wow. No, I've never seen Disorderlies.
That's crazy. I've seen it twice.
And?
Probably this is better. But that's good.
All right.
All right. So, I mean, the whole movie's just kills. Like, there's not much plot in the movie. Like, you know, Tuesday Night has this friend, Alice. And, you know, she's still Patricia Arquette, technically, so she still has the power to, like, pull people into her dreams. And so when she's about to die, she pulls Alice into her dreams. And Freddy actually manages to fucking kill Patricia Arquette.
Right.
You know, fake Patricia Arquette. And, but as he does it, she, like, sort of throws a ball of energy at her friend Alice. And like, it's an energy transfer, and she's able to give Alice her dream powers.
Yeah, it was impressive. I actually thought that was not particularly that a special effect or sequence, but the idea that Alice is now going to gain the powers of her friends after they die, I thought that was actually kind of cool.
That part is pretty good, yeah. Sort of like taking on the traits. So, like when he fucking kills Rick, she like all of a sudden can do karate.
Right, very impressive because he was
he's such a karate guy. It's so obviously influenced by the success of the Karate Kid in the 80s.
Oh,
because like
I didn't think of that.
What are you talking about? He legit at one point calls her like Kristen-san.
No, I know. I never thought of the Karate Kid. I just didn't think of it.
Yeah, we got to do that franchise.
We've had requests for that one.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just like a series of Freddy killing people. He kills the black girl in class with like an asthmatic attack. He goes on the beach. I talked about that already. He says reach out and touch someone, which is a very funny commercial from the 80s. And he of course, the best moment in the entire movie is when he takes out a pizza and the toppings on the pizza are the screaming souls from his chest.
Yeah.
And then he spears one of the meatballs on the pizza, and it's a soul meatball, and he goes, "I love soul food."
Yeah. Specifically, the meatball is Rick, if you recall.
Oh, that was Rick, yeah. So that's Rick's death, and then the girl who hates bugs, the one who loves Dynasty. Yeah, it's like Death Wish, you know. A first date question. I love Dynasty and I hate bugs.
Wow, nice throwback.
Yeah. And
yeah,
so he turns her into a bug. Her arms fall off and become like tendrils.
Yes, she becomes Gregor Samsa all of a sudden. It was
that should have been the quote at the beginning of the movie. Something from fucking Metamorphosis.
I liked one of my favorite special effects was when she's weightlifting and Freddy grabs the weights, right? And he's pushing them down on her. And all that happens is, I thought it was like going to decapitate her or something. And her elbows.
Yes, her fucking elbows snap. That was gross.
Well, it was very gross, but they don't snap like I feel that they would. That they go in the correct direction.
Yeah.
They're just. I'm going to give Dan a visual. They're going the correct way.
No, I know, but they go too far in the correct way.
Is that possible? I don't know.
Listen, anything's possible in Freddyland.
Oh my god!
Anything's possible in the boiler room, baby.
Oh man. It's cold!
What's that?
That was the boiler room being cold.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. What else do you want to talk about in this movie? So Alice sort of gets the powers, and it's a very weirdly structured movie. We talked about this a little bit in Friday the 13th, where sometimes they'd give you, like, a red herring final girl at the beginning, and then like they'd like sort of transfer the focus to someone else, and that kind of happens in this movie. Where like at the very beginning of the movie, this is just a straight up continuation of part 3. We've got a new actress playing the Patricia Arquette role, and she's still the lead of the movie, and the Dream Warriors, and then sort of halfway through the movie, all of a sudden, like, all those characters are fucking dead, and this rando girl, Alice, who's sort of, like, the least defined of all the friends, has, like, these powers, and she's the new lead actress in this movie.
It's very
And
true.
I think she's pretty good. Like, I kind of like the actress, but, I mean...
Yeah, I didn't think she was bad. I thought the worst actor in the movie was just a clear and present danger of...
Harrison Ford?
A clear and present danger of her boyfriend. Their new boyfriend.
I couldn't agree more. You're talking about Rick?
Shit. Fucking...
Rick
that guy,
sucks.
No, Rick is the brother. The boyfriend of Alice.
Rick is...
Oh,
that's right. Rick is Alice's brother who is dating Kristen. But no, you're right. That dude's name is Dan. I always notice a shitty Dan because he's repping bad for the name.
Dan is the LVP.
I agree. That guy sucks.
Holy shit, is he bad? Like, yeah. Wow. Yeah. It's tough.
All right. Do you have anything else to say about like the plot or whatever? Or are we done?
Not really. I mean,
it ends with a killer karate battle, and that's about it.
I kind of like that. I like the time loops thing.
That part was interesting.
I'll tell you what. It had me a little because when it first happened, I was actually a little confused, which I shouldn't have been.
You have so little faith in these movies that you're like, what is it, an editing mistake?
It did go through my mind that maybe my DVD was faulty or I had an early cut. But then when it kept happening, I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. So I think that 3 is overall a better movie, but this was not as garbagey as I thought it would be, because I actually thought the fight at the end was kind of decent. I thought Freddy had enough lines he had more dialogue in this one, I think, than he's had in any one.
I don't know if you noticed this, Henry, but this is the first movie Robert Englund gets top bill.
Yeah, he did.
Pre-credits. Robert Englund in A Nightmare on Elm Street 4.
It's the least they could do for the guy. We already know they're not paying him any money. I mean, he's doing these things.
Oh, come on. They could give him no credit in these movies and he'd come back and do them.
Pro bono, man. I'm sure. Making another one?
It's about the work. All right.
He's so innocent in Hollywood, he doesn't know that you can actually get paid to make movies. He's so happy to be in one.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like they're just like, don't tell Robert Englund that we made $45 million. Just forget it. Just give him that. Give him minimum wage. He's good. Give him what we give the key grip.
Yeah. Do you guys have any cheese sandwiches at Crafty?
Doesn't have his own trailer or anything. Oh, he's in the buffet during the breaks in between takes. It's just with everybody else.
All I want is a hat with Freddy Krueger on it. All right. I want my face on a hat.
And an auburn sweater.
Yeah. What do you give this movie?
I'm going a high 2.
I'm going to give it a 2 also.
Oh.
This is a fun, silly Nightmare on Elm Street movie. It's totally watchable, but...
That's your lowest ranking of one of these.
Yeah, this is easily my least favorite of the first 4.
All right, and I have so far pretty much preferred 3 and 4 to 1 and 2.
Yeah, I'm getting that. And that's fine. I'm glad you're starting to enjoy them.
Let's not get hysterical. But, yeah.
All right, who's your MVP?
That Kincaid.
Kincaid, right? Okay.
Steals the scenes, man. Steals the scenes. I mean, maybe the dog for pissing fire. I mean, that's pretty cool.
The dog pissing fire is pretty dynamite.
The music, of course, again, I didn't mention, but it really doesn't change. They don't have like different composers.
No, it's that one goddamn theme they use over and over again.
Yeah, and it's not like a theme like Jason has. Like.
Yeah, I mean that's iconic.
Right. Nothing iconic to see.
No, there's an iconic thing in the score. I whistled it last week, but I mean.
Oh.
Yeah, and they use it. It's the Fat Boys song. They rap over the beat.
As I said, I will be looking at that.
All right, you'll be loving that. We'll talk about it next week. All right. Yeah. Who's my MVP, Henry? Who's in this movie? Who do I like?
I feel like you should give your MVP in a certain way. Maybe you should give it to Alice. She ain't bad.
I'll give it to Alice, sure. Lisa Wilcox is the actress's name. She's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
LVP?
You know what, Henry? I'm going to go out of the box here. I'm going to go ahead in this movie for the first time. I'm going Robert Englund.
I knew you were going to.
Because he is just, he's having a real nice time.
He is having a great time. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's do that. And he dressed up in drag, and he's
right.
He gets pissed on. Let's give him his due. All right. So we're going LVP Dan, and what's the superhero count on this baby?
Only one.
Who's the one? Come on.
That would be the actress named Brooke Thice, who played Debbie.
All right. Which one's Debbie?
Who the fuck knows? I'm not even sure.
I think every 80s movie is required to have a character named Debbie.
Of course. Absolutely. Yeah. It was a big name. I like this pull. She was in the Masterpedic 2004 Catwoman with the aforementioned Sharon Stone and Halle Berry.
Yeah, and directed by Pitoff, of course.
She played... oh, wow. Oh, man. She played a character named Ferris Wheel Mom.
Oh, fantastic.
I'm not sure if it's the same Ferris Wheel Mom featured in Beverly Hills Cop.
I'm going to assume it's a DC movie, so I'm going to assume it's Catwoman's mom.
Yeah, right, exactly. Ferris Wheel Mom.
All right.
This is Kyle.
Oh, yeah. What should we do?